So this police officer allegedly scammed the city out of $600,000. Now the officer's name is Officer Brown, and Officer Brown is 36 years old during this time, living in California, and she actually works as the police department's homeless liaison, so she works with a lot of the unhoused population, so that's cool. But one day in 2022, her life changes, because she's on duty, working her beat or whatever, and she's trying to arrest this suspect. But as she's trying to do that, this guy starts fighting with her, and I don't exactly know what happens because the information isn't out there, but somehow, kapow, she gets hit in the forehead. And immediately after that, she's not feeling so great. So she goes to her watch commander, and she's like, I have a headache, and I'm feeling super dizzy. And then she goes to the emergency room to get checked out. Once she gets checked out, the doctor is like, this looks pretty minor. You'll be fine. And the doctor clears Officer Brown to go back to work. Here's the dildo. Officer Brown apparently doesn't really want to work anymore, which is relatable. But allegedly, she was hoping the doctor might think her head injury is worse than it actually is, and that she might be able to get some paid time off of work. I guess one of her real passions is coaching youth soccer, and there's an American Youth Soccer Organization conference in San Diego coming up in a few days, which she would love to be able to get off work so that she can go to this. And so she decides to call in sick because of her head injury, even though the doctor cleared her for work. And so she calls in sick, and it works. And because her injury happened while she was on the job, she still gets to collect her paycheck, which is a pretty sweet deal. And so she goes to this youth soccer coaching conference in San Diego, and she has a great time, and no one at work suspects a thing. So now she's thinking, damn, this is pretty dope. I didn't have to go to work, but I still got paid, and she wants to keep this scheme going. Allegedly. This is all alleged, by the way. And so Officer Brown asks this guy to help her, her stepdad, who we'll just call Stepdad. And Stepdad is an attorney who specializes in workers' comp claims. Stepdad is also apparently a pretty shady dude. And so Officer Brown goes to Stepdad, and he starts helping her out with this. And because of his line of work, he knows exactly what she'll need to do in order to get her claim approved. And I guess together they come up with a plan for her to keep getting paid without having to go to work. And first, she has to keep complaining about the symptoms that she doesn't actually have, but would have if her head injury were bad enough to need to be put on disability. And so she complains that she's dizzy, she complains that she has trouble processing words and processing thoughts, she complains that she can't read. Bitch, go to school. Then, to really sell the whole thing, she goes back to see a doctor. Now, I don't know if Officer Brown is just a really good actress or if this doctor just sucks.